What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel where you subscribe for daily updates on Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum. We're going to take a look at the charts, starting out with Bitcoin on the macro all the way down to the 1 hour and kind of take a look at what's going on. We're going to stop at the 4 hour and we're going to focus on some Fibonacci retracement levels that shows we could possibly be topped out, and if not, what the next level to top out would be. Also, I'm going to show you the bullish and the bearish case. I'm going to show you why I'm bearish, and then I'm going to show you what would invalidate my bearishness. So let's get into it. And don't forget, we have a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. It's totally free. It's an awesome community. And let's see what's going on. All right, guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, nor is it investment advice. Always do your own due diligence and your own research before investing or trading in any markets. Before we begin, I'm going to remind you we're having a Ledger Nano S giveaway on Sunday. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you tick the notification bell to get notified when I post videos, and select all so you get notified on all the videos. And then scroll down, hit that thumbs up, leave a comment below, let me know where you think Bitcoin's headed, and that will get you entered to win. We'll pick a random comment on Sunday from a random video throughout the week. All right, so looking at the Fear and Greed Index, we have dropped 3 points. We were at 55 yesterday, currently 52 from the greed into the neutral zone. And the macro, still nothing but lower highs here, unless we break above 12,500. That would break this cycle, and then we could be looking bullish. But until then, I remain bearish, not only because of that, but the higher highs in the price action, looking at the bodies, lower highs in the RSI, that is bearish divergence. And that is one of my main reasons being bearish. If we look at the weekly, the bullish case scenario, we've talked about it for a long time, is looking at this as a a symmetrical triangle. 27.7 is the target there, 27,700. And then if we look at this little rise or falling broadening wedge in the break of that, it's about 16,000. Let's take a look at volume here. You can see the volume's declining while the price is rising. And what else? We broke through this. We had talked about this for some time. So while we're up here, obviously I said a close above this would be bullish, and we are currently above it. And as of right now, that trend line on the weekly lies at about 10,900. A loss of that, and I do believe it would be a quick drop from there. Let's look at the RSI. We've talked about this plenty of times on here. There's always this possibility of coming up to retest this one more time in the bullish case scenario. But what I am waiting for, and I still believe we're going to see lower lows, unless we break that 10 or 12.5, then that all will have to be reevaluated. But as of right now, I'm still thinking we're going to come down and retest this at some point, and that's going to be a great life-changing buy or trade opportunity. Also, I wanted to point out in here that it does look like we are forming a head and shoulders, possibly. If we do come back down and test this trend line right here on the RSI, that will be I'm pretty sure that will be a swift, hard fall if that does happen right there. So keep an eye on that trend line. You are following the charts. And if that does happen, I'd be looking for a bounce off this bottom trend line on the weekly. Let's look at the daily. So on the daily, as you guys know, I'm still expecting it possible that we do see another black swan event. We would have to get back down to retest these levels here of around, depending on where we hit it, between 10,550 and depending on where we would hit up here, it could be as high as 10,750. Like I said, it all depends on if and when we get down to this bottom. But a break of that's in between the $8,800 and $9,000 range for the first target. Bullish case is we come back up and retest this trend line on a rising broadening wedge here around 12,125-ish. If we were to hit it today, today or tomorrow, otherwise that keeps rising up also. One more thing I want to point out, if we look at these peaks here, we have lower lows in the price action, lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence in a downtrend, and currently this is a downtrend. I know a lot of people are, just, I want to express this real quick. We were at 12,500 right here. We have been falling since. This isn't as bullish as people are making it out to be. I do believe we will see these lower targets. And it doesn't mean it happens in a day. That's another thing that people seem to not understand. Anyways, so if we look at the top of these bodies here, for this to invalidate the hidden bearish divergence, we would have to have a daily close above 11,940. If we get that, that would invalidate this hidden bearish divergence. But until then, this is still valid. So let's look at Prime XBT. If you guys are interested in trading, you can make money no matter which way the market goes. I will leave a tutorial up top. This is Prime XBT, by far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. You can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow, other crypto, all on this one exchange instead of, switching to different exchanges to do different things. You can do it all from this exchange. Currently, I did close my shorts today. If you're in the Discord, you'll know. And as of right now, the account was started with 0.1 Bitcoin. And this is not my main account. This is my account to show you guys. And we're at 0.25 Bitcoin. So we are up currently 150% on, a little over 150% on this. Currently, I'm not in a position. I do have some shorts waiting. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them where I have them right now, because we could possibly be topped here. And I'll show you that on the 4-hour. Let's take another look at the daily chart here. And then we're going to take a look at the daily RSI that we've been watching. But looking at the rising broadening wedge here, where we obviously had a break of the trend line here, the measured move of that is $3,800. I know people laugh about that. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it is definitely a possibility to keep in mind, because there is a CME futures gap down there that you can see on the 8-hour. And I also have a chart at the end. Stick around. We're going to look at the CME gaps, because we have another one just below us now. Oh yeah, let's take a look at one more thing. Looking at the pink lines as a rising broadening wedge. If we were to break down within the next few days, if we broke this level here on the bottom around 10.2, the measured move of that is about 6,600. And does that mean we go down in a day? Nope. This could take, whenever I'm giving you these targets, guys, let me show you. This could take forever to come down here, come all the way down here, way back up. I mean, this stuff takes time. It doesn't mean we go directly down. I don't understand how anybody would even think a chart works like that. So anyways, just wanted to clear that up. Let's look at the daily RSI. As you guys know, I explained this over and over plenty of times, but we seem to be retesting this wedge that we broke out of. We are currently above it. But remember, in the RSI follows the wick of the candle. So if it wicks down and the body comes back down, it'll close back underneath this, which will be bearish. That is one thing that's telling me we could possibly have topped out here. But again, we could pop up all the way up into here and come back down and close below it. A close above it, then we could be looking a little more bullish. But let's take a look at the Fibonacci retracements. And I'm going to take this off there so you guys can watch what I'm doing. As of right now, if we take a measured move, or not a measured move, if we take a Fibonacci retracement from this level here to down here, if we look at where we're at, we went from this swing high to this swing low on here, and we are just above the golden pocket zone right now. We are actually getting supported on the 0.65 fib right now at 10,000 or 11,550. If we do continue up from here, my next target is the 0.786 Fibonacci, which is 10,920-ish, right in that range. Let me try to get that on there. I will be looking to short here. I will put my stops above. This right here is at 1286, so my stops are going to be about 12,100. But I am definitely looking to short this area if we do continue up to it. Another thing I want to point out, if we go from this swing high to this swing low, move that over there, then that shows we topped out right on the 0.786 fib here. So it's definitely a possibility that could be it, guys. But again, not totally 100% positive on that. But if you look at where the Fibonacci's are lining up, they're lining up nicely with all the supports and resistance here. So let's put it up back up to the top and see if that lines up as well. And pretty much still lines up a little bit, not quite as well as it did just measuring from this swing high to this swing low. Keep in mind it could be topped out there. If not, if we do remain above this 12,550, we're most likely going to be seeing the 11,920 range. This is my wife's webpage, inkyourimage.com. Definitely check it out if you haven't. A lot of cool crypto stuff on here. She can put any project, any saying, any family picture, whatever you want on any of this stuff. She has a lot more stuff too that's not on here yet. Hit her up in the contact if you have any questions. Also, I forgot to mention, if you are using Prime XBT, or even if you already have an account there, you can use my promo code Savy50. It'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit into your trading account every time you make a deposit up to 1 Bitcoin. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. All right, let's take a look at the 4 hour. Looking at this as a rising wedge. The measured move will obviously broke down from it. Measured move of that is right around the $6,000 range. One more thing I wanted to, oh no, we're going to look at that here in a second. This is pretty interesting also. But as you guys know, that 12,900 or 11,900, if we take a measured move off of this triangle, that also gets us up to that range. So that's two things being confluent on saying we could most likely be seeing 11,900. Another thing I want to point out, let me zoom in here a little bit, is if we look at this as an ABC correction, we would take the Fibonacci retracement, or I'm sorry, the Fibonacci extension tool, go from the swing high up here to the swing low right here, and to where we topped out. If we are topped out here, this would be A, this would be B, and C would get us right down to about the $8,900 level. That would be the one-to-one extension. Now let's take it up to that 11,900 and see where that would take us. That would take us right here to about 9,200. That would be the C. If that was the case, we do get up to that 11.9 and get rejected. I'm looking for the 9,200. And no, I'm not looking for it to go straight down to 9,200, guys. It could take weeks. But that's what I'm looking at there. And that's why. Definitely a good possibility. Now, if we came back up to retest this rising wedge, could go as high as 12,500, 12,600, which would be a double top here. But again, a break of this 12,500, then I am not leaning as bearish as I have been. But up until that point, I'm still bearish, especially under this 12.9. Let's take a look at. Let me get this off of there. It is bugging me. Okay. Let's take a look at the Fibonacci retracements. This was the top at 12.5, which I think it was. The Fibonacci retracement levels are, the 0.236 is at 10,445. Another break of that gets us down to that 9180, 9200, which is the 0.382 fib, which is the target if we do reach that 11.9 and get rejected. And if that happens and we do break the 9200, then we have that $8,900 target that we were looking at. After that's the 0.5 fib at 8165, and then our golden pocket zone between the 0.618 and 0.65, and that is 6850 to 7150. Then of course our $6,000 target. Then we have the 0.786 at 5675. And then of course we do have a CME gap at 3570. Again, that doesn't have to fill, but definitely be aware of it. And let's take a look at, we had this rising channel here that we fell out of. The measured move of that was 9660, right in that range, which is also where there's a CME gap. So I still think we come down to this range, guys. Now, if this is a rising channel, we could get a rejection around 11,700. But again, I believe if we break this 11,600, that we're most likely going to that $11,900 range if we haven't topped out here. Then, of course, we're going to have support here at 11,100, so I would expect probably a bounce here at least. And if we break through that, then we'll be coming back down to test the bottom of this channel, depending on where we hit it, you know, between 94 and 97. But again, like I said, it doesn't mean everything goes straight down. Let's take a look at the CME gaps. So this is the gap I was talking about over here at 3570. There's a gap here in the 8 hour. Now these gaps, like this one here, we had a gap at 6090 from May 9th to 2019. It took us all the way to the 12th of March 2020 this year to fill that gap. That was almost a year in between there. We also we had this $11,800 gap from August 9th, 2019, and we didn't fill it till August 5th, 2020. So just to show you guys, that stuff can take a long time. And again, they don't have to fill, but everything is showing us that 90% of the, 100% of the time so far, they have filled, unless you were looking at this one here. And that has not filled. Could be yet. But we also have one down here at 7625, and that is from April of this year. We also have the 9700 gap right here. That is the one we've been talking about. It's actually around 9670, right in that range. And then we left one here over the weekend at 11,200. So those are the gaps that we have yet to fill, if the gaps are going to fill. Let's look at the DXY, the dollar index. We are still getting support right here, and I'd pointed out, let me thicken this up. And I pointed out the other day that we are getting hidden bullish divergence here. Whether it plays out, not sure. If we break this low over here at 92.73, then chances are we could be going down much further, and that would most likely make everything else bullish along with it, as in gold, silver, Bitcoin. We'll see. We really depending on what the dollar does right now, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. Litecoin, as you guys know, I've been saying a possible retest of this trend line. That's about 52.33 as of right now, if we were to hit it by today. Otherwise, this line goes slightly up from there. But I do expect a rejection from there. I still have a target from the breakdown of this rising channel at 3862. We also have a lower target down here. First things first, I would be looking for here, unless we break back above the 52.33. Then we could be coming all the way back up to test this trend line, which I highly doubt. And Ethereum, same thing, about $400 range, would be retesting this trend line here. And then I'd expect a rejection, and we do have our measured move of this rising broadening wedge all the way down at about the $246 level. We also have another target around 200, but 246 first. And yeah, that's about it, guys. If you did enjoy the video, Please share it, get it out there. We'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Are you bullish? Do you think we're going to break the 12.5? Do you think we're going to get rejected before 11.9? What do you think is going to happen? Also, scroll down and hit that thumbs up. Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Have a great day, and I am out of here.